What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my video. So I'm excited. This video is going to be fun. I have some good stuff planned for it. But I wanted to film this intro clip to welcome you guys. And this is a rare occasion that I actually have my hair down. I'm getting ready to go on my morning walk and I was like, oh, let me film an intro clip because I have my hair down and I feel like the YouTube world probably thinks I just live with it in a bun on top of my head all the time. And I don't. I do wear it like that a lot, but I digress. Stay tuned for the rest of the video and thanks for tuning in.
What's up, you guys? So I actually just disclaimer filmed this clip and my phone was so annoying and didn't actually start recording, so take two. But I wanted to make a point in this video to sit down and, well, not sit down, but walk you guys through some of my staple food sources that I've been recently enjoying. So I am a bodybuilder, I am a bikini competitor, and although I'm not prepping or like dieting down for a show right now, I still like to keep my food sources pretty clean, pretty consistent. I'm just a big routine person, right? So although I have a lot of macros like protein, carbs, and fat to hit on a daily basis, my food sources don't change a ton between, like, you know, year round. I truly love all the food that I enjoy. So I'm going to show you guys some of my recent staples that I've been kind of incorporating, and I eat more than just these foods. I just want to put a disclaimer out there, but these are just the main things I've been consuming recently. Like I have all of these like foods at least once a day. So I'm going to break it down by like carb sources, protein sources, and fat sources, and show you guys just some of the things I've been loving recently. So I'll start with protein sources. So let me start off by saying I have recently been obsessed with Greek yogurt. I don't think I ate this, well, maybe I did a little bit of it during my prep, but like I have never been this obsessed with Greek yogurt before. I have this at least once a day, sometimes twice. So I've been obsessed with the Chobani Zero Sugar. Now I will say this is a little bit hard to find. I've only been able to find it at Publix, and then there's a store called Sprouts. I don't know if you guys have that where you live, but I've been able to find it at those two places only. Now the macros are 0 fat, 6 carb, 13 protein. So it's a really good protein source. Now, I love this. It's very comparable to Too Good Greek yogurt, if you guys are familiar with that brand. But in my opinion, it just tastes a lot better. It has more flavor. So this is one of the things I've been eating. Like I said, I eat it at least once a day. I always add it into my cooked oatmeal. And then sometimes I'll just enjoy it plain, like with berries and peanut butter or PB2 for a Greek yogurt bowl. So Greek yogurt is first and foremost. Secondly, we have eggs. So I have been an egg lover for a long time now, partly because they're just like, they're cheap. Like this carton I think wasn't even $2, but I do really love eggs, and I also love that like you can make them so many different ways. You can hard boil them, you can make them as an omelet, you can scramble them, whatever your thing is. I personally hard boil them, so I'll hard boil like the eggs in the carton, and then I'll either use the white, which is the protein part of the egg, and then if I need fat, I will also consume the yolk. So the yolk is the part that actually has the fat, and then the white has the protein, for those of you who didn't know. So I've been doing lots of eggs. And then I've also been doing chicken, so you're not really going to be able to see it, but I have chicken in this Tupperware. Usually I buy boneless, skinless chicken breasts from the store in bulk, and then I will air fry it in bulk, cook it plain, and then I'll cut it up. I'll store it in a Tupperware in my fridge. You know, it'll last me a few days, and then I'll just season it to my taste buds, or, you know, put whatever I want on it as I enjoy it. So I don't necessarily season it before I air fry it. I just air fry it plain, put it in the fridge after I cut it up, and then I'll season and, like, you know, coat it with like a low-cal condiment as I so please as I eat it. So we've got chicken. And then lastly, I do have protein powder sometimes. So there's nothing wrong with protein powder out there, disclaimer. Some people like ask me, is protein powder bad? No, it's not at all. It's a really easy way to get in your protein if you struggle to get in your protein, quite honestly. But I love PE Science. I have used this protein for, I'm not joking when I say probably at least a solid 3 years. I love this protein. I am not sponsored by them. So this is 100% just like my personal opinion. I love their protein. In my opinion, nothing else compares, but this is their whey and their casein blend. They do have a specific like vegan protein as well, but this is the protein that I use to bake with everything I bake. I always use this protein. It bakes really well, but it's also just really good with just like water, almond milk, in a smoothie, whatever you want to do with it. I love this protein, and I specifically love it like when I travel, I always take protein powder with me because it's an easy way to get in protein when you travel. So protein powder. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to fat sources really quickly. So I do get in a lot of like trace fat sources throughout the day, meaning a little bits of like fat here and there from foods that I'm eating throughout the day. But I would say my main sources right now have been whole eggs. So when I have whole eggs, the yolk obviously provides me with, with fat, and then nut butter. You guys know I love my nut butter, whether it's almond butter, peanut butter, cashew butter. I love it. I always have at least one serving per day. So I love Fokin nuts, and this is their Violet's blueberry cashew butter, but I have so many jars of nut butter right now, so I typically will just kind of pick which one I want depending on what I'm feeling for that day. So this is definitely something I have at least, usually just once a day, at least a serving of it. And this is one of my main fat sources at the moment. So that is for fat. And then next, so lastly, carb sources. So I guess it's worth noting, like, yes, veggies are carb sources, but I don't want to make them sound like they're my main carb sources because they don't have a ton of carbs in them. But I do want to talk about like the two veggies I've been eating a lot of recently. And that would be zucchini. So I'll get zucchini and I'll either chop it up and then I'll put it in the air fryer and air fry little like crisps, or I'll grate it into my cooked oatmeal. So I've been doing zucchini. I have that about every day. Well, I do have it every day, I know that. And then I've also been on a kick where I have been buying frozen French green beans. Disclaimer, I don't know if I'm the only one out there. I do not like the texture of like fresh green beans. I can't do it. So I buy the frozen French green beans and then I put them in the air fryer until they're a little crispy. And it's so good, so good. So those are two veggies I've been doing pretty much every day recently. I usually like switch up my veggies every once in a while. And then other carb sources. So of course, I still love oatmeal. I'm obsessed with oatmeal. I love this brand, Better Oats. It's the only oatmeal I eat. This is the cinnamon roll flavor, but I eat oatmeal at least once per day. So good. And then also I have been doing cream of rice. So this is something I really didn't do when I was in prep for my shows over the summer. But I got a few of these bags, the Flavor Gang, a few of these bags for Christmas, I'm not ashamed to admit. And they have the best flavored cream of rice. And cream of rice digests really easily for me. So I've been doing cream of rice as well, and I love it for like an easy to digest carb source. Other things I don't have, I guess I'll show you guys this really quick. I would consider this a carb source. So I have been doing a lot of pumpkin ever since pumpkin season. I've been really obsessed with adding pumpkin to my oatmeal or sometimes just my Greek yogurt bowls. Pumpkin has 10 grams of carbs per half a cup, and it's also a really good source of vitamin A. So I have been doing pumpkin pretty much every day. And then other things to mention that I don't necessarily have on me that I've been doing for carbs. I'll do berries. I love apples. So apples, berries, and then sometimes I will do squash. I do really like butternut squash and delicata squash for carb sources as well. So last two things I want to mention, because I kind of went through protein, carbs, and fat already. I am going to show you guys this little guy. He's so good. Okay, so this is an Eat Me Guilt Free little like blondie. So you can get these at you can get them online, but you can also get them at like little nutrition shops. I actually won a giveaway a while ago and they sent me a box, so this is what that's from. But these are essentially, has 10 fat, 13 carb, 14 protein per little like square, right? So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll cut them into fourths and just enjoy like a piece here and there in moderation when I have a sweet tooth. There is nothing wrong with having the whole thing. Let me just put that out there. But that's just what I do. I like to cut them up and just like enjoy them as I want like a little something sweet. Because usually when I have a sweet tooth, I don't want something like huge. I just need like a little bite of something. And then lastly, this is not really a protein, carb, or fat source, but I had to shout out salsa because I use salsa all the time. I enjoy it on my chicken. I eat it with my eggs. I love salsa. So those are kind of all of my like staple foods at the moment. Again, I eat more than just these foods, but these are the foods I specifically just showed are pretty much things I eat every day, so at least once a day. So hopefully this gave you guys some insight. Everybody's always asking me to show like what I eat, the foods I eat. But lastly, disclaimer, nothing is like perfect about these foods. There's nothing like magical about them. This is just what I like and what works for me. So you got to run with what works for you and what you enjoy, so that way you can kind of sustain it long term. So thank you guys for sticking through this clip, and stay tuned for the rest of the video.
What's up, you guys? So I am just here at Optimum Gym here in Tampa. It is located, it's like right downtown in Tampa, pretty much. So if you're ever in Tampa and you want to hit up a really cool gym, check it out. It's specifically, they're known for like their glute equipment. I don't belong to this gym, but I do pop in here every once in a while when I need like a change of scenery or just, you know, want to have some fun training glutes. So I'm here today, gonna train some glutes. I'll try to get some footage for you guys. Probably won't get everything because I do want to try and have a good workout, and I feel like I'm gonna be filming some for my Instagram too, so I want to get a good workout and I don't want to have to film every little thing, but I will show you guys like the inside of the gym. It's really cool, some of their equipment, and then I will show you, I'll try to get a couple clips of a few sets here and there. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, if you are ever in Tampa and you want a really good spot to train legs and glutes specifically, this is kind of known as, I think it's known as like the glute mecca of Tampa. So you'll see why here in a sec. Alright, so you'll notice here, I just got a couple clips for you guys. So I started with some just regular conventional barbell hip thrust, and then I definitely started having some fun with the machines after this. This is I think it's called a pendulum squat. I forget, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I can't think off the top of my head. But anyways, love this machine. It is great for quad and glute isolation, depending on where you put your feet on like the platform area. So I did a couple of these, went pretty heavy on these, as you can see. I did pretty low rep ranges, and you know, the last couple reps, they were a bit of a struggle for sure, if you can't tell. And then this was such a fun little machine to use. So this is actually a standing abductor machine. So most gyms have an actual abductor machine, but they have the seat. This one does not. So this was kind of a fun machine I got to play around with at this particular gym. I think this is the last clip I got for you guys, but this is just like a standing kind of reverse hack squat machine. I felt it a lot in my glutes, so I really liked that. But I did play around with a lot more equipment. These are just the couple of clips I was able to grab some clips for you guys. Okay, you guys, actually just sitting down to edit this video, and I was like, oh crap, I did not film a little like exit ending clip. And not that I guess I have to, but I just always feel weird like ending the video on the last clip. I don't know, that'd be weird. But anyways, wanted to thank you guys for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed seeing some of my food staples, seeing a few clips from that gym I visited. I'll put the information for that gym in the description box below as well. But as always, feel free, if anything intrigued you in this video or you have further questions, leave a comment below. If there's ever anything you want to see in a future video, also leave a comment below. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Give me a follow on social media. I would love to connect with you on there, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have made it this far in the video, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.